Alright guys, that was the game of the year. Oh my god, that was so good. I mean, there's nothing really else to say, guys. That game was just so crazy. Holy crap. Here was the play of the day, and then obviously we'll get into that crazy situation. That game was so awesome, guys. Yeah, holy crap.
Even though he didn't catch the football. Wilson on third down. Nobody open. Waiting. Lots of time. Buying more. Throws for the goal line. It is incomplete. Down. Did he get in with the shin?
Let's see his knee.
Ooh, that's close.
Look at this dude.
No. With 3 seconds to go.
Buffalo fans, and this would be the pedigree of championship teams.
There goes Hurts. Hurts to the end zone. And the Eagles have won it in overtime.
That's the championship DNA we were talking about all game. You can be behind on yards, on plays. Still win.
And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Fun of All. Of course, please like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the NFL Week 12 Sunday recap. Of course, there were 11 games, I think, that went on. Something like that. Of course, as always, we will go through the injuries that occurred. I mean, nothing really crazy. I mean, some injuries, again, big injuries for the Eagles. Again, nothing crazy, though. Again, they'll just be questionable. Of course, they have a massive game. Back-to-back weeks in that national window. Gonna play against the 49ers next week, but that's really about it for that. Nothing much, again, for the Titans or the Steelers. A bunch of just dudes they're there. I mean, for the Giants. They're all on IR. Yeah, same type of things with the Saints. No one's really too injured. I mean, Chris Olave did suffer concussion, so we could see him not play against the Lions in a pretty big game. Keep going up. Nothing much for the Patriots. Yeah, or the Raiders, Rams. Some guys got hurt, but nothing crazy. And then I just keep going up. Again, still nothing crazy. Of course, again, these are from Minnesota, the game tonight. But yeah, they should be back, of course, off their bye. Nothing much for the Panthers. Again, nothing really crazy happened in terms of injuries on Sunday. I'll be honest there. Again, you could see, again, Starling Thomas, he did injure his ankle, if you care about him. Again, he's a corner for the Cardinals. And then, obviously, we look at the clarifying injuries today. Again, no one really got too hurt. I mean, Jamal Dean did injure his ankle, so, again, you got stuff like that. Baker also, again, injured his ankle. Again, came out and came back in. So, I'd say he's questionable, but he'll probably play against the Panthers. Nothing much. Again, George Odom on IR for the 49ers backup safety. I don't see anything crazy here, guys. Yeah, just a bunch of questionables, and obviously nothing crazy. Eric Stokes, Jair Alexander, both questionable. Of course, they did not play on Thanksgiving, but I think they should be back. Again, with that, we'll just go to Aaron Jones. We'll see if he plays. Again, he's struggled with injuries all year. Again, nothing crazy again this week with injuries, which I guess is a good thing, obviously. Marlon Humphrey, again, they're on their bye week, though, so they should be good. And that's all I got for the injury report, guys. Again, nothing major happened this week with that. Let's get right into the first game. Yep, it was a pretty decent game. Bucs and Colts, here with the highlights.
With our announcers, Spiro Ditas, Adam Archuleta, and Amanda Renner.
JB overcast, guys. Baker gets it out, first down and more. That's Cade on the tight end. Breaking a tackle, gets inside Colts territory. Goal attempt. Here's Chase McLaughlin. Actually went to Tampa Bay.
Todd Bowles and his staff to get off the field.
Knocks him a little bit further back, so certainly not a gimme, but Matt Gay, who is Jacksonville-Houston game. Jacksonville, the early lead there, will give you a prize of all those key scores. Baker, play action again. That pass is picked. Intercepted.
For Jonathan Taylor to run through on that last play.
That's what he does. Taylor looking for more. Taylor spins his way. Touchdown. Moss, the long setback on 4th and 1. Minshew fakes, pulls it back, and he's got Pittman wide open. Brilliantly done by Minshew. It's Pittman in motion, 3rd and goal. Minshew rolling out, looking. He's going to run it forward, and he's in. Touchdown. Steichen watching a lot of football last Sunday. It's so nice to be a fan with all the screens watching games. That pass is intercepted. Rookie 5th-round pick out of Purdue. 1st and goal. Mayfield puts him there under it. Wide open is Evans. It's a touchdown in yarder as they put a second back on the clock. Good snap, good hold. Gay, the kick off the upright. Rigoberto Sanchez, the holder. Operation is good. Boy, a brazen roll of the dice on 4th and 10. Mayfield taking a shot. Mayfield, dazzling pass. Mayfield doing everything he possibly can. Mayfield throwing towards the end zone. It's caught. Evans, touchdown. They're going to go for it. Minshew, play action. Minshew's got his man wide open. It's Allen Cox. 2-score lead with 7 and change left. Taylor, touchdown.
Is if you give a big one over the top.
Rashad White has a first down and a lot more. White breaking free. What a massive break. This is 2-down territory here. Mayfield football's loose. Who's got it? Indianapolis has recovered.
And the Colts win their, what is it now, third straight game with a 27-20 home victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have now lost, what is it now, 6 out of the last 7. It has not been good for them. Colts have a game in Tennessee next week. Of course, that'll be big for them. If they win that, they'll actually be at 7-5 in a really good spot to make the playoffs. Bucs, they got a game in the Tank Bowl against the Panthers. See how that game goes. But yeah, this was a frustrating loss for sure for the Bucs. Of course, Baker got injured in that second quarter. No, I think it was first quarter, whatever. But outside of that, again, when he came right back from the injury, he threw a pick. So I guess that isn't good. But overall, I think Baker did a good job with his touch. Had 190 yards, 2 touchdowns on 67%. Completion percentage, of course, Rashad White had a 38-yard run. I think the team's season-long overall. Again, he was pretty explosive, though. 15 for 100 overall. Chase Edmonds also had an 11-yard carry. Mike Evans, 6 for 72 touchdowns. Good for fantasy people. And obviously, Chris Godwin and K-Dot combined were decent, but obviously separated weren't too great. Trey Palmer also had a couple targets in the red zone. Defensively, though, Antoine Fields Jr. and Carlton Davis did a lot of the heavy work against the run. Both had 10 total tackles and an interception for Carlton Davis. That could have been a pick 6 if he didn't have to die for it. Overall, I think the linebackers did do actually a decent job in coverage, but I definitely saw the fact that, again, they weren't as aggressive in terms of tackling and stuff. Definitely cost me in the run defense. Elijah Kensey and Joe Shorenka both had sacks. They did do a good job of getting off the edge for sure, again, but that did cost them in their run fits. Ryan Neal also did a decent job at saving some of those. Gardner Minshew wasn't at all accurate or great in this one, but he did make some big throws. 24 41, 254, of course, that near pick 6 there. The running game was lethal, though. I mean, both backs had a pretty decent job. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor had some big runs. I mean, like, in terms of, like, bowling over guys, 91 yards and 2 touchdowns. Gardner Minshew, of course, with the scrambling touchdown as well on the ground. Michael Pittman Jr. continues to be productive with 10 catches for 107 yards. Josh Jones was getting open a lot. Mo Cox, of course, with that big 4th and inches first down. Alec Pierce also had 4 catches for 27 yards. And for this defense, I mean, there's really nothing else to say. I mean, they got some good pressure from the guys you expect it from. Samson Ebukam had a huge game, 2 sacks. That speed to power was lethal for him, of course. Really used his bend to get around the edge. Kwity Paye also had a sack. Isaiah Land, I'm going to be honest, don't know who this dude is, but he did have a sack. Tyquan Lewis also had a sack. Dayo Odingbo and, what it's called, Johnny. I think that's this guy's nickname. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. They both had a combined sack. And Ronnie Harrison also had an interception. I haven't heard of that guy's name in like 3 years. Matt Gay also missed a field goal. For the team overall stats, again, the Colts outgained by basically 100 yards. Again, they just had I think a better overall running game. That was probably a bit different in this one. Had the small difference in yards per play, but again, they did control the clock a little better, and again, were better overall. What it's called in those big situations. Again, not on the third down. That really didn't tell the story. But up front, they were definitely more dominant as expected. The Colts D-line and offensive line have been very good overall this season. Part of the reason they're still in the race right now, but again, 2-to-1 turnover ratio also a difference. As well as the fact that the Colts secondary had one of their best games of the season. And what I wanted to see from this Bucs offense was target the gap that EJ Speed will presumably be taking. They did it on that one long run, but that was really the only time they actually got a shot to, because a lot of situations they were getting in, they were really getting heavy loads the side EJ Speed was on, so they really weren't getting any good opportunities there. Baker finding ways to climb the clock without having to tuck it. He did a couple times, but he also got sacked 6 times, guys. And Chris Godwin was not getting open too much. Again, he had that one huge 4th down conversion, but outside of that, he really did not do a good job separating. Offensively for the Bucs, I'll give them 3 minuses. Again, just execution wasn't really there. They did make some big timely plays, but that's about it. Again, they just got behind and they weren't able to get back in that game. Defensively, Kalijah finding ways to shed blocks quicker against the pin and pull run game. No, he actually got stuffed on some of those. It was not good. Conservative approaches against Jonathan Taylor. I mean, yeah, but then again, he ran over you guys, so I didn't think you guys did a good job tackling or holding anything. And Michael Pittman Jr. did not get doubled, which again, I think hurt them in some parts of the game, but I think they actually did a decent job with that. Defensively, 3 minuses. No, 4 minuses. They did a bad job against the run. I think, again, their tackling overall was sloppy. I don't think their coverage was anything crazy either. Again, some Gardner Minshew mistakes really kept them from giving up over 35 points. It was not a good performance by those guys. Now let's look at the and in a big game for the Colts, they did not score 35 plus points. They did have a good offense today. Gardner Minshew, no floating the bombs to Josh Downs. I mean, he did once. That was about it. And Alec Pierce didn't have 12 targets. I think he had like 8 or 9. But they got him the football. So, offensively, obviously, that shotgun run game has just been so good this year. And it continued in this game. They controlled the clock when they needed to. Yeah, offensively for the Colts, it was a pretty good game. I'll give them 3 pluses. Again, they could have... no, 4 pluses. Defensively, Rodney Thomas did a decent job in coverage. I don't think he had sub-80 rating a lot, though. He gave a couple completions. DeForest Buckner, 55% run defense win rate. I think that's actually probably the biggest difference in this game. He was able to really make it hard for Rashad White to run it up the middle. Thus, those outside zones, outside again that one big run he had, were not open for him. And Kwity Paye did a fantastic job penetrating that fourth quarter. Really helped the Colts out for the for the Colts. Defensively, one of their better performances of the year, 4 pluses. Again, I think the Colts played a very solid game. Again, they did have some hiccups there, here and there. Again, Gardner Minshew did make some mistakes, but overall, offensively, I like how they played. Defensively, really liked how they played. 4 pluses again overall for that Colts performance. Now let's do the Jags and Texans. Of course, this was a battle for the AFC South, and of course, it had to end like this.
It's a sellout crowd in Houston for this AFC South showdown between the Jaguars and Texans.
Early in this matchup, I think it's going to be important for them.
Brandon McManus from 40 yards away, and his kick is good. Play action, Lawrence, screen, Johnson, a catch, and a lot of blockers in front. There he goes! Johnson inside the 20! He's got the 10! Pass interference penalties, and the Jaguars' offense is drawing the most as they run it up the middle, and Lawrence has a touchdown. Stroud, screen to Singletary. He's got the first down. He's got more than that. Singletary still going inside the 10. Out has time. Surveying the scene. Now chased out. Comes back to his left. Throws to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown.
A play I know he's dying on the sideline right now, wishing he could have made that play.
48-yard field goal for McManus. Out of the hold of Cameron Johnston. Amendola's kick is no good. Lawrence looking deep for Christian Kirk. He's got him. Kirk, stiff arm at the 10, 5, and he puts the ball out. And the running back, Lawrence, races under center, pitches it to ETN, cuts it up, and he's stuffed.
3 tight ends out there again.
They fake it to Beck. Stroud's got some room. Touchdown! And the Texans tie it up. To the air on first down. Lawrence pushing it down the field. It's Ridley down the sideline. Caught a touchdown yet this year. 3rd and goal. Lawrence wide open touchdown. It's Ridley.
Lawrence's hands regardless.
Right back to Ridley for 2. From 53 yards away. Kick on the way, and it is good.
3 points.
He's 3 for 3 today. He's already hit from 53. This is from 55, and it's no good. He's got a wide open man. Hutchinson makes the catch. Stroud, he's got a lane to run. He throws. Seconds left. From 58 yards away. It's on line. Does it have the distance? Oh, hell no!
And the Jags hold on to the first place and top spot in the AFC South with a 24-21 nail-biting win. Of course, they moved to 8-3 with their second straight division win. Texans fall to 6-5. But I'm gonna be completely honest, guys. The Texans should have won this football game. They had multiple opportunities to win this football game. Again, consistent overall offensive output. But guys, they had a couple red zone chances. From like, yeah, you got to score a touchdown there. But they fall to 6-5. I don't know who the heck are they playing next week. Oh, they're playing the Broncos. That should be a really good game. I think they're home. Jags. They're playing on Monday night, so that should be entertaining against the Bengals. Trevor Lawrence overall was, I would say, ridiculous, but he was really good. 23 of 38, 364, touchdown, interception. He got through his reads really fast, and it was like kind of freaky at some points. course, made some really nice touch throws. Obviously, had some big completions to Calvin Ridley, who made some big plays, 5 for 89, and touchdown for him. And also, again, it wasn't just the receivers, but off-play action, he did a really good job of manipulating those safeties. Again, Jalen Petrie really struggled over the top in this game, as well as DeAndre Houston Carson just getting basically carved like a turkey. The running game was terrible, though. I mean, the offensive line did absolutely nothing to help Trevor. Again, he got the ball really quick, too. I wouldn't say they did a good job up front protecting either outside of some of those play action chances. Again, Travis Etienne, I wouldn't say he had a good game, but he did break a couple of tackles to actually even make it better than this was. The run blocking was absolutely atrocious in this game. Again, they couldn't sustain anything. They didn't really get any penetration either. Of course, Dearness Johnson had that one big screen pass for 42 yards. Evan Ingram had probably one of his better games of the season. He actually did a decent job run blocking, actually, so they set the edge. Really, that was the only couple runs Travis Etienne Jr. got anything going on. Of course, Trevor Lawrence did have that QB sneak touchdown as well. Christian Kirk did make some big plays with 4 for 89 as well. Luke Farrell, and again, he did a good job of making some big plays for him. But again, Evan Ingram did have a really good game, overall, in my opinion. Defensively, I don't really know where to start. I mean, Voice Luokang did his normal thing, didn't miss any tackles, and had 12 tackles. Again, just did his thing. Devin Lloyd did a decent job in coverage. Rayshawn Jenkins did not. He got really burned on some of those plays that he kind of tried to step up and beat C.J. Stroud on, because if you didn't know that, C.J. Stroud's going to cook you on those. Josh Allen had 2.5 sacks. He had like at least 6 pressures. He's going to get a huge contract this offseason for sure. And outside of that, I mean, Roy Robertson-Harris definitely did a good job, as usual, at using his finesse moves to his advantage. Trayvon Walker got some pressure, and Darius Williams, again, almost got burned. He almost did, but he was decent, especially without, of course, Tyson Campbell. Brandon McManus did miss a field goal, probably the difference in this one, outside of course, the fact they won. CJ, 304 yards and 2 touchdowns. He did his normal thing, really cooked that defense. I do think he missed a couple of throws, though. The running game, they didn't really try to run the ball for whatever reason. I mean, it wasn't like they were actually going to. It really sucked because, again, the interior offensive line kind of got banged up. Like, without Titus Howard, they really don't have an inside zone game. He's the guy who kind of moves dudes, so, like, they can get to the second level, which they just didn't have in that second half, so I kind of understand that. But, yeah, CJ Stroud being your leading rusher is not the best thing. Nico Collins finally had another big game. I think it's the first time in probably a month. 7 for 104 and a touchdown. Devin Singletary at least was somewhat productive out of the backfield. I mean, Tank Dell's awesome, 550 and a touchdown. Robert Woods also had 2 catches. They didn't have a good amount of big plays in this one. Again, it just wasn't really sustainable overall. They did have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different guys catch a pass. Defensively, I mean, I am going to be completely honest, they did not do a good job in zone coverage like you'd expect them to. Jonathan Grenard had, just did not get any pressure at all. And up the middle, they had a really tough time, getting off blocks, and the linebackers had poor tackling. It was not a good performance by this defense. I'll say this, though. I mean, again, the interior, I think they actually did a decent job in terms of moving dudes, at least in the run defense. Even though they couldn't really get off blocks, they didn't really, do anything off of that. Kerry Ryder Jr. actually had a decent game, though, so I guess that's good. Blake Cashman was decent. Again, I just don't think this defense really did anything special. The safeties did a very good job, at least tackling, I guess. And, of course, Derek Stingley had their 1 interception. Matt Amendola missing 2 field goals. He was absolutely atrocious in this game. Caught him. Jags had 450 total yards, though. Of course, they had the ball a lot longer, too. Again, the Jags definitely played well enough to win this game. I'm not really surprised that, again, this is the outcome, though, because, again, the Texans do have C.J. Stroud, and he'll put you in a place to win most games. It was really just unfortunate that both of these offenses really couldn't run the ball, because I think if they could have done that better, it probably would have been like a 35-30-something game. And what I wanted see from the Jags was 4+ completions on the run from Trevor on 3rd down. I think he only had 2. He really actually did a really good job staying in the pocket, getting the ball out quick. Travis Etienne Jr. did not have 2 touchdowns. He almost had 1, but then he got stuffed. They did not have the ball for nearly 40 minutes at all. That was just not part of the game plan. If Travis Etienne Jr. had that touchdown, bro, I would have won this week in fantasy. And Calvin Ridley also he definitely had 10, probably had 6 or 7 targets. He actually did a really good job of efficiency off those. Alright, offensively, I'll actually give him 5 pluses. There's really no issue I have. Again, the run game was not good. The offensive line had a tough game. But, I mean, if Trevor Lawrence can do this, he had one of his best games of the year. Defensively, forced Stroud to step and roll to the left. They did. He still made plays. Tyson Campbell, of course, didn't play. But they did do a decent job at corner. Voice Luokang did at 12 tackles, basically 13. And they did do a decent job in that B gap. But then again, I think Texans offensive line did not have their premier run blocker in there. So that did hurt them. But offensively, I think they did a decent job. Not great, though. I'll give them a plus. Again, they had a decent game. Now I'll talk about the Texans. And for the Texans, offense, CJ did not turn over the football. Tank Dell was good. Didn't take anybody, though. Devin Singletary not even near the 25 carries. They were good on 3rd down, but they weren't great. Again, offensively, without Titus Howard, again, their entire run scheme was wrecked. So I could see why they didn't run the ball more, but I think, again, if they gave Devin Singletary at least a couple more chances, they would have had a lot better conversion rate in the red zone. And also that, again, Matt Amendola was kind of the reason they lost this game. because they did do a pretty decent job. But offensively, I'll probably have to give them, I don't know, 2 minuses. They just couldn't finish drives. Defensively, Steven Nelson, 5+, lockdown reps on Christian Kirk from the slot. He had 2, and then he got burned on the other ones. Jonathan Grant, 4+, wins using quick shot moves from left to right. They made it really hard on him to even get into that speed to power rush that really is his bread and butter. But again, those quick shot moves did get him a couple good reps. But then again, he just did not use that to the fullest extent. And obviously, Will Anderson did not have 2 on third down sacks. I don't think he had 1. So yeah, defensively, it was not their best game of the year. I'll probably give them 4 minuses. They're lucky that the Jags offensive line did do a pretty bad job at moving them up front, because they did not do a good job overall. Again, the run fits were decent, but they did not do a good job in coverage or getting after Trevor Lawrence. Now to the Patriots and Giants. Yeah, it was tank ball.
Patriots coming up from MetLife Stadium. Tommy DeVito's family getting set, tailgating out of the parking lot. Opening kickoff coming up on Fox. Former Giant, New Jersey native. Here's DeVito with time, fires, and it is caught by the rookie Jalen Hyatt. Robinson in motion with 2 tight ends. Ball is loose as DeVito looked to get it into the... Second down and 8. Jones backpedaling, fires downfield.
Oh boy.
Third down and 4. Jones under pressure from Simmons. Picked off. Isaiah Simmons was in the face of Mac Jones and Bobby Okereke. Here's DeVito on third down. Pass is caught. Hodgins stays on his feet. Gets to the end zone. He is in.
3 straight downs. Try and get a touchdown.
There's the first. Stevenson.
Only needed 1.
Ramondre Stevenson in for a Patriots touchdown. Third down at 16. DeVito airing it out, looking for Hyatt. Jalen Hyatt along the sideline. Makes the catch. Zappi fires, and it is picked off. The third Giants interception. It'll be a 42-yard attempt from the right hash in the rain. Bullock's kick is good.
Look at this dude.
Will attempt to tie the game. Ryland's kick.
And the Giants, unfortunately, win the Tank Bowl for their second straight. 10-7 was the final score. They go into their bye week at 4-8. Again, 2-game winning streak. They will play the Packers off of it on probably flex Monday night game. First of the year, actually, I think first ever. Something like that. We'll get to that when the time comes, though. Patriots fall to 2-9. They continue their tank, guys. They're doing their thing. Mac Jones was god-awful. Again, the first pick I understand, because, I mean, he just doesn't make those throws. He's just not good enough. The second pick holy crap. Like, bro, you got to read that. You're going to be hot off the edge there. And he obviously wasn't, and he threw that terrible interception. That if it wasn't Bobby Okereke who picked it off, would probably have been a pick 6. Because I love Bobby, bro, but you're just not fast enough to bring that thing to the house. Bailey Zappi was also terrible. I mean, let's be honest, guys. The Patriots have no quarterback right now. The running game at least was explosive, I guess. Ramondre Stevenson had some nice good runs. He had a touchdown as well. Zeke had one monster run. But outside of that, I mean, they didn't really... Again, they ran the ball pretty well. But you can't just have a running game to win football games, at least in this day and age. But, again, if their quarterbacks didn't suck, they probably would have been able to win this game, for sure. Receiving-wise, Demario Douglas got open in, like, every route. It was really good to see. Devontae Parker also had some big plays. Tyquan Thornton wasn't getting open, but he did have 2 catches for 19 yards. I did like what I saw from Juju somewhat, though. Again, it was just really... The offensive line actually did a decent job, so I'm good with that. But this defense, J.C. Jackson was good. I actually think he did a decent job. Again, in zone, he definitely was worse than he actually was in man, surprisingly. Miles Bryant really struggled against Jalen Hyatt, but Keon White did have a sack. Really good 3-tech rusher. Probably going to be on this team for the next at least 5 years. He looked really good in this one. I don't know for sure about that, but he looked really good. Jonathan Jones, decent job in the nickel. And Fernie Jenkins, that is probably best game I've seen in a while from him. Not really a predictable pass rusher, but did, I guess, do a good job here. They did get a lot of nice blitzes, though. They did, again, I really liked the designs they were running there. But, I mean, outside of that, like, this defense kind of was like, meh. I mean, again, it's the Giants. Charlie Ryan, of course, missed that field goal. Danny DeVito, my bad, Tommy DeVito, was average, 17 of 25, 191 touchdown. For him, he was good, I guess. Running game, Saquon had one good run. That's really about it. They didn't really try to run the football either. They were still getting, the offensive line still sucks. Receiving-wise, you and I, definitely best game of the year. First 100-yard game, 5 catches for 109 in total. Isaiah Hodgins also had a touchdown. I have not heard of his name since that game against the Vikings. Or whatever. He owns the Vikings. For this defense, I mean, they were really good, I guess. Bobby Okereke, 4-7, 8 total tackles in that pick. Kayvon Thibodeau, again, now has 11 sacks in the season. He's been phenomenal. Jad Ward was really good on the interior, like actually manufacturing his own pressure. Of course, Deontay Banks and David McKinney also were there. Secondary actually did a decent job. I mean, they didn't actually cover super well for all in terms of the separation they gave up, but in zone, they did do a good job. Randy Bullock also hit his own field goal attempt. Stats-wise, in both teams had under 300 yards as expected, but again, the Patriots did have 150 rushing yards. They also had the ball a lot longer. Again, the 3 turnovers were crucial against them. Again, neither of these offenses really took advantage of anything, guys. Again, it was just a complete freaking tank pull. That's all I'll put it, guys. But, yeah, I mean, this is kind of your prototypical game for that type of situation. Now, let's get right into the keys to the game. All right, Patriots offense, negative rushing yards. They actually ran the ball well. I mean, they did do enough to lose this game, so I'm good with that. I'll give them 10 pluses. Chad Ryland won them that game. Defensively, Jabril Peppers playing deep, 15 plus yards off on every third down. He did do a little bit of that. I really like the fact that actually when they brought him down, he wasn't getting put in situations where he had to cover Jalen Hyatt. But when they did have him one high, they weren't really giving anything up to him. So I mean that was very strategic there, obviously. But Darius Slayton winning horizontally on crossers, he didn't really do They did do a good job making him do that, and he obviously didn't do anything there. And Jonathan Jones playing flat zones on second and short also did that. Defensively, I actually think they did a really good job, as expected, though. So, I mean, I don't know. 5 pluses? Their defense did a good job. Their offense definitely did enough to lose this game, though. Now let's do the Giants. And for Tommy DeVito, less than 4 sacks taken. I think he took at least 6. They did not run the ball or have any sort of stuff like that with Saquon. And Sterling Shepard at least got 2 targets. Offensively, I mean, they didn't really blow it. So I guess that's a good thing. But again, 10 points is not going to win you many games. I don't know. 4 minuses. The running game, the offensive line were pretty bad. Defensively, commit to blitzes with the safeties on early downs. No, they did not try to do much of that. Hard man press from the rookies on the outside. Yeah, they got cooked on a couple of them, but I think it did work out overall. Kayvon did not have 4 sacks. He had 4 pressures, though, so I guess that's good. I mean, they didn't really actually have to do too much actually defensively. I'll give them 6 plus, though, because they only gave up 7 points. Now let's go to the other tank bowl, Panthers and Titans. Woo!
Will Levis of the Titans and Bryce Young of the Panthers. A couple of rookie quarterbacks out of the SEC who didn't play each other in college. They get to in the NFL here. And it's a give to Derrick Henry. Banging his way, burrowing forward. It's a touchdown for the Titans. Eddie Pinheiro, there's a pretty good breeze coming from our left to our right, so towards the goalpost that Pinheiro is kicking to. Whatever the discussion was.
It's hard to be on time and have your cadence down and everything else.
Play fake. Arden Key hits Bryce Young, and that ball belongs to Jeffrey Simmons. Here's Henry. Derrick Henry breaks a tackle. Derrick Henry's got his second touchdown of the day. Declined that penalty. That gave him a few extra yards. That ends up being a big play for this kick. Folk already put his hands up. He knew he drilled it. On 4th down and 2, it is Hubbard, and he finally breaks the plane. The Panthers with the touchdown, a rare one on the ground. Tennessee bringing the blitz. It is Chark, and this game is over.
The only good thing I can say about this game is that Frank Reich got fired. Of course, the Panthers head coach, 11 games into the season. I think that might be like the 5th or 6th shortest tenure for a head coach. Something like that. Obviously, it doesn't beat coaching 2 preseason games and getting fired. Yeah, that was some coach in like the 1980s or something. But Panthers, of course, fall to 1-10. That record makes me puke. That's really bad. Titans, of course, fall to 4. Yeah, they do fall to 4-7 because, of course, they're not going to get a good draft pick. But I mean, at least they won, I guess. Yeah, but 17-10 was final score. Bryce Young was bad. I mean, again, he did actually have a decent game in terms of consistency-wise. Again, his throws overall were decent, but he just really hesitated when the pressure got to him. 18 of 31, though, 194 yards overall. The running game continues probably to be the worst in the league. Again, they just had nothing going here. Chuba Hubbard at least had a touchdown, which was very shocking. Receiving-wise, John Mingo really was the only guy worth doing anything. I think Chuba Hubbard did lead him in targets for whatever reason. Probably check down. CJ Chark, Amir Smith-Marset were both okay. Adam Thielen, I'm so mad, bro. You had 1 catch for 2 yards. All I was asking for was 10 freaking points in fantasy. You got me 1 point. That's just not... Bro, you can't do that, bro. You're their number 1 receiver. Like, actually, what the heck was that? But for this defense, I really don't care. I mean, they could... honestly, Von Bell could be having the best season I've ever seen. Which he honestly could be. Because, again, I'm not joking. But Von Bell's actually done a decent job this year in coverage. But, I mean, outside of that, I really don't give a hoot. I mean, yeah, Brian Burns had a sack. Good for him. Probably going to get traded in the offseason or something. Derek Brown. Can't get after the quarterback, but he did have some nice tackles. Dante Jackson still burnt toast. Again, I don't care about this defense, guys. Amari Barno, the rookie out of Oregon, he looked okay. But I really don't care. Titans. Will Levis was, again, didn't really get much. I think he had 99 yards in the first quarter, something like that. After that, they just said, no, you're just not allowed to throw it. But 18 of 28, 185. Of course, Derrick Henry's had a huge down year. I don't think it's actually that. I think he's just getting old because, again, he's like 30. So, yeah, that's probably why. Definitely not the best running back in the league anymore. Dang, I was wrong on that beginning of the year. But whatever. 18 carries, 76 yards, 2 touchdowns. Of course, they had the, I think, 10-yard touchdown run as well. So, again, maybe getting back in the groove. Receiving-wise, DeAndre Hopkins is their leading dude, 3 for 49. Chizzy Okonkwo scored 4 catches for 5 yards. Kyle Phillips got actually mauled on some of his targets, and Nick Westbrook was also somewhat competent. But, again, they didn't really throw the ball much in this game. Defensively, they were actually really good. Amani Hooker finally had a good game in coverage, also had 10 total tackles. Kayvon Wallace was ridiculous. 8 tackles, made some really nice plays. Azeez Al-Shire and whoever the other, I think, no, it wasn't Rashad Weaver. It was, Jack Gibbons did do a really good job at containing some of those gaps they were giving up. Because, honestly, the run fits were not good. But, what is it called? Jeffrey Simmons had a sack, 5 tackles, continued to do Jeffrey Simmons-like things. Roger McCreary, again, was solid in the slot. Elijah Molden did not give anything up. And obviously, Danico Autry had his 2 sacks. So, this defense kind of feasted. Nick Folk also had a field goals. Team stats, though, again, neither team had much yardage as expected. Because, again, it was a tank ball. But, the Panthers had, the ball longer, which really didn't mean anything. Because, again, they didn't do anything with it. So, I really don't want to talk about this game, guys. That's all I got. Alright, and for this Panthers offense, Bryce did not even close. Bro, Adam Thielen should have got 20 targets. And 40 plus, no, they did not do that. Their offensive line was bad. Offensively, I mean, it was same old, 7 minuses, guys. At least they got Frank Reich fired. Defensively, Brian Burns was good. Didn't have a bounce-back game per se, but he did have a sack. Von Bell, 7 plus tackles with at least 5 targets against over the middle. Yeah, they did target him a couple times there. I will say he did do a good job, so, defensively, honestly, they did do enough to win this game, even though, again, they didn't really have to do much. It was more on the, what it's called, Mike Vrabel saying, yeah, just run the ball for the rest of the game, I guess. I don't know, 2 pluses. I think they did a decent job. Now let's talk about the Titans. Alright, for the Titans offense, they did give the ball to Derek. I guess that was good. I'm still giving them 2 minuses, though. Honestly, probably 3, because I have an issue with what they tried to do with Will Levis there. Bro, let him throw it in football. Defensively, though, Jeffrey Simmons doing a better job actually moving guys instead of trying to plug 3 gaps with 2 arms. He actually did both of those at the same time, which is crazy. Christian Fulton actually didn't really have to do much in this game. I think he only had 1 target against. And they did do a good, I will say Shane, what is called, Bound did do a little better job at disguising some of those coverages. But the leverage was not there. So, because they did give up some bad, what is called, run fits. But obviously, like I said, Jack Gibbons and Azeez Al-Shire did do a good job making up for that. With very good discipline and being able to get off those blocks easily. So, and that also took them on pretty good. So, defensively, I don't know. 2 pluses. Again, the Panthers offense it's not scary. Like, again, if you see a Panther, you're going to be scared. I mean, the Panthers should just be named random, I don't know, kittens, something like that, because they're not scary. Saints and Falcons, here were the highlights of this ugly battle for first place.
This rivalry matchup, it is the Saints
against the Falcons.
As far as the Falcons go, Arthur Smith says that this is Ritter goes back into the starting job. Opening kickoff comes up next. Off play action on first down. He's given time, tight coverage, and then Olave comes free, and he's got it. Chris Olave's in the open field. Stays on his feet. Won the starting job from the veteran Will Lutz in camp. Will pound this one through, and the Saints are on the
Need him most.
He goes out. Here's Ritter off play action. Zinging one down the field for London. Drake London's got his first catch of the day. Carr. Floating. Hill. Taysom Hill. Going into Atlanta again. Picked off. Picked off. Just shot. Bates to midfield, to the 40, to the 30, to the 20. No question. 52. And he got it. On 2nd and 6, Robinson. John Robinson, head of steam, and a touchdown. And he's got his third make of the outs left for the Falcons. They choose not to use one here. On 1st down, Ritter throws an interception. It's Tyrann Mathieu. Has hit all 3, tries this one from 45, and he's hit. Lattimore, and they lost Michael Thomas in their last game. From the 47, Ritter looking deep. Lets it fly, and it's picked. Second of the day for Mathieu. Down 2, it's Hill on a quarterback draw. Got a block from Prentice. Taysom Hill at it, punch down. It's loose. Who's got it? Back to throw here under pressure. He's got Robinson. Perfect dime. Touchdown Atlanta. And he is 5 for 5. 39 yards. It is right down the middle. And it's 5 out of 5 today for the rookie. This is from 54. Looking to keep the perfect day alive. Not quite.
And the Saints choke against the Falcons with a 24-15 defeat. The Falcons did not play a great game in this one. They did win by 2 scores, technically, so I guess that's good. They actually take over the first place in the NFC, my bad, South with that win. No one wants to win this division, so I really don't care who does because they're just going to absolutely clap by the Cowboys. So, yeah, if you're a Cowboys fan, you should be happy because you're basically getting another bye week. If you already know, basically, Cowboys had basically, like, let's say, 3 straight bye weeks, and if you guys hold that 5th seed like you should, you'll get another bye week. So basically, you and the Eagles will both get bye weeks. Because, again, this NFC South is terrible with, again, the Cowboys holding that 5th seed right now. Saints, though, fall to 5 and 6. What is it now? Their 2nd straight loss. Again, the Saints are just a terrible team, guys. Like, right, they're playing terrible football. They're a very talented group. But, again, you got 5 field goals in the red zone. That's just not going to do it. They got to be better there. Obviously, though, Derek Carr had 304 passing yards. Outside of, again, once he got in the red zone, it was like he just was allergic to it or something because he was terrible there. Of course, with that 92-yard pick 6. Yeah, Jesse Bates scored more touchdowns than, what is it called? The Saints offense did in this game. That's not good, but they did, again, they did move the football. The running game was solid. Alvin Kamara outside of the fumble was really good. Of course, Taysom Hill had that other fumble, too. Chris Olave was lethal at 7 for 114. Unfortunately, he left with that concussion. Taysom Hill, of course, got that bomb from Derek Carr. Alvin Kamara was also, again, fantasy people would be pretty happy. I don't think he had, like, a ton of points. At least he had a decent game. Outside of that, I really don't care because no one else did much at all. I mean, Juwan Johnson at least had a decent game, but, like, that's about it. Defensively, Pete Warner was good at middle linebacker, again, taking over that spot with DeMario Davis playing a lot more man coverage in this game, which I guess was okay, but not really. Again, playing a lot more of the will position this weekend. He had to make a lot more plays this one. And he did get burned on that touchdown. That was about it. Carl Granderson and Miles Megan, I get completely different. Marcus May, completely different positions, but yeah, they were both decent. Tyrann Mathieu, again, he had 2 picks, but missed some tackles. And I don't really care what about the rest of this. For the Falcons, though, Desmond Ridder, he played bad. Had that one really good touchdown to Bijan. That was really about it, though. I mean, he had the 2 picks, and they ran the ball really well. That's good. But Bijan, of course, had the touchdown in 91 yards. When they feed him the football, he plays really well. 2 total touchdowns, I think, second rookie ever for the Falcons for the rushing and receiving touchdown. Drake London had a big game. Good. Kyle Pitts actually has less touchdowns in his career so far than Deron Bland has this season. Of course, the cornerback. So, yeah, that's not good. But defensively, Jesse Bates, definitely the standout on this one at 12 tackles and a pick 6. Definitely up for defensive player of the week in the NFC. Jeff Okudah was good. Not great. Not really good on those curl routes. Outside of that, I mean, they did a decent job in penetration, but they didn't get too much pressure. Arnold Bikini forced that 1 sack, though. Good performance. Not great performance by this defense. Again, they did make the big plays, though, and all of them in the field goal range. Blake Grupe again hit 5 of his 6 field goals, which I'm honestly shocked he did. Team stats. The Saints had 450 yards total offense, guys. I don't know how the hell they lost this game. But again, they did not score in the red zone. It's kind of the difference in this one. Both offensive lines were dominant overall in this one, to be completely honest, though. So, with all that in mind, the Falcons BS their way to another one. Saints offensively, Derek Carr did definitely push the ball downfield in his first drive. Almond was, I don't know. He was getting the ball a couple times, but again, other times it just checked downs, and that's where, again, he fumbled. Rashid Shaheed had 1 target over 40 air yards. I think it was a throwaway, so that kind of tells you what type of game he had. I don't know. Offensively for the Saints, I don't know. I'll probably give them, I don't know, 4 minuses. Yeah, you can't just score field goals. Defensively, Cam Jordan forcing Desmond Ridder to throw without knowing if the receiver's actually open on the first hitch. Yeah, they did. He did beat him on the touchdown. In Marshawn just lighting up dudes who don't know who the other how to run in route. Yeah, Marshawn Lattimore didn't really play, and Alontae Taylor was kind of left to dry with that. Again, their defense just kind of outside of some big lapses. And in fact, they really got dominated up front. They were decent, but again, those were 2 big factors. So 3 minuses. Now let's look at this foul. And for Atlanta, Desmond with 3 completions off of play action under 2.25 yards. What is it called? Desmond was bad in this game outside of his touchdown throw, which was big. Drake London did. I think Kyle Pitts did combine for that. So again, they got that. And Bijan was really good. So offensively, again, as much as you want to talk about how man, Desmond sucked, again, he did. I got him 3 pluses because they ran the ball really well and they did get the ball to their 2 receivers somewhat. Defensively, Katie Nellis on Alvin Kamara out of the backfield on 1st and 2nd down. No, they actually had what is it called? Who was it? Nate Landman, who did do a decent job against the run, but then again just didn't really cover well. And Jeff Okudah was very aggressive on those over routes. He got burned on a couple of them, but then again he did make some big plays. So I don't know. Defensively, what do I give them? 2 pluses. Again, they held them, but guys, they give up 450 yards to any other team. They're not winning this football game. So, for the Falcons defense, guys, let's get into the other national game. This game was a doozy, Steelers and Bengals. And yeah, the streak is over for the Steelers if you didn't know.
Is presented by Jeep. There's only one.
And welcome back to the NFL Today. And now Amazon takes you out to the sights and sounds of the game between the Steelers and the Bengals. Let's throw it out to Cincinnati with our announcers, Ian Eagle, Charles Davis, and Evan Washburn.
JB, it's one of the fiercest rivalries in the NFL, and today at Paycor Stadium, a new name will join this next chapter. It's quarterback Jake Browning.
Had to be instead running play 3rd and 2, trying to get there is Warren. The ball pops free, and it's a live ball scooped up by DJ Turner. Turner makes a move throughout the venue. Steelers take over on a 1st down run to Najee Harris, and Harris keeps those legs moving. He's not going down. Harris somehow emerges. Steeler team in quite some time. Downfield hit. Caught by Johnson. Deep it on the elbow to change the trajectory of that pass. Boswell. Perfect. For the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Stinch with San Francisco and the Giants. That pass deflected and caught by Jamar Chase. Zigzag move by Chase. Browning fake it. Flip it. Catch made. Sample bangs into his own man for the touchdown.
After having gone to school and learned better how to throw it.
3rd and 6. Browning picked off. Thompson steps in front for the INT. Formation, Najee Harris in the backfield. Give it to him. Harris gets to the outside and he's in. Touchdown. Going up top. Pickens over the shoulder grab. This will remain a 1-score game. Boswell leans into it and he curls it through. 33-yard attempt. Boswell. Browning the toss, mixing the catch. Yards after the grab. He's still going. Joe Mixon. Out of. Trying to cut into this Steelers lead. McPherson. He's got it. Bad hop. Roll it. It does take a bounce, but right into the breadbasket for the Steelers.
The streak is over as the Steelers win a game they should have. 16-10 with the final score against the Bengals, who fall to 5-6. If you didn't know, these 2 teams do meet on the 23rd of December, so that should be a big game. But of course, the Bengals fall to 5-6. They got a probably must-win Monday nighter against the Jags next week. Steelers, of course, go to 7-4, and they got the Cardinals. If they lose that game, they probably will. Yeah, that would be pretty bad. But again, 16-10 was the final score, and yes, the Steelers had over 400 yards of offense for the first time since week 2 of 2020, snapping a 58-game streak. So, yeah, that's great. Kenny Pickett looked really good, 24 of 33 to 78. They finally moved the receivers out of those stupid alignments where they're running the same routes into the same area. Obviously, George Pickens was great, though, 358 on those couple big bombs. Najee finally had a game where I'm like, he was still stuck in mud, like watching him run, but he did look had a lot more juice, which again, I guess is good, because, not gonna lie, it's probably the best he's looked since that, what is called Week 17 game where the Steelers, in Big Ben's last home start, so I guess that's good. But, Jalen Warren, he, of course, had the fumble, definitely had a rough game overall, but he did have some decent runs outside of that, so I guess that's good. Pat Freiermuth, 9 for 120. Not gonna lie, no idea he had this many yards or he made this many plays. He just kind of made plays out throughout the game, nothing crazy, and yeah, amounted to this, I guess. Deontay Johnson is just, bro, what the hell were you doing? I think he had like 3 penalties, something like that. He got some fight and obviously just completely gave up on that Jalen Warren fumble. So, I don't know what's going on with him, but he looked bad in this game. Defensively, TJ Watt and Cameron Hayward. The Stars, I guess, played well. Yeah, they didn't really have much outside of that. The guys who were supposed to do their thing did their thing. And Michael Walker missed a lot of tackles and still almost had a pick. Trenton Thompson, of course, with the interception. Not going to lie, no idea who that guy is, but he had a big game, so probably going to start next week. Chris Boswell also had 3 field goals for the Bengals, though. Jake Browning, of course, had that crucial pick. He had a lot of tip passes. Just was getting the ball really late, as expected, though. Joe Mixon was bad on the ground, but was their second leading receiver with 2 catches for 44 yards. Again, he'll somehow make something happen. He looks good. He looked good in this one. But Jake Brown, again, did have a touchdown. Again, just got the ball too slow, and that's really his biggest problem. Again, just a slow release and a slow processing ability. At least from what I saw in this game. But Jamar Chase, 4 for 81. Again, caught a couple tip passes. Trent Irwin had a 25-yard catch, and Drew Sample had the team's only touchdown. Defensively, Mike Hillen was pretty good in coverage. Did have a couple big tackles as well against the run. Their run fits were crap, though. I mean, Logan Wilson had a rough game in terms of what is it called? Not making it hard on himself with those gaps. The safeties did a decent job in coverage, but again, they just kind of like the corners kind of left out to dry, especially TJ Turner on those fade routes. But again, they get a little pressure. Miles Murphy had, I think, his 2nd career sack, something like that. Team stat scores again. The Steelers did break the streak with 421 yards of total offense. Bengals just completely laid an egg. The Steelers had the ball a lot longer in this game too. I think if you didn't know, that was definitely noticeable. Again, Bengals offensive line struggled again in this game. So with all that in mind, guys, the Steelers took care of business. And yeah, the score definitely doesn't indicate it. The Steelers could have won this game by a lot more than just 6 points. And for the Steelers offense, cut the bull crap and run the receivers into space instead of into each other. There you go. Najee, he was good. And they did not score 20 points. They should have, but they didn't. Offensively, again, they scored 400 yards. Got 400 yards, guys. 5 pluses. I don't care how the rest of the game went. Defensively, absolutely no collapses on yak designs from the Bengals. One of them, but that was about it. They did a good job, again, at making Jake Browning get the ball out quick, which he obviously didn't. Devontae Casey did have some nice hits, but again, none of them were crazy, and they did stack the box on first down a lot. Again, that did cost them on some net plays, but defensively, overall, they took care of business. 3 pluses. Now let's talk about this Bengals. And ever since Jake Browning, strong presence in the pocket with blitzes coming. No, he did get the ball quick a couple times, but again, he got sacked on some other ones. High routes being to Jamar Chase on 3rd down. Yup, again, the tip passes. And a couple more posts for contested catches opportunities instead of over the middle on the sideline. Actually, I don't think they actually even got the opportunity to, because again, they really didn't get into many second and short opportunities at all in this game. Their success on first down was basically just that one Joe Mixon catch. So, offensively, as expected, I guess kind of, it was rough. 5 minuses. For the defense, commit to having Miles Murphy and Trey Anderson on the field again together on 3rd down. Yeah, they did. It did cost them once, though, because Miles Murphy got absolutely just, like, clamped or whatever, locked up. And then Trey Henderson just got absolutely tossed. So, that wasn't good. Jermaine Pratt was good, but also did not do a good job, what is called, at protecting those cutback lanes for Najee Harris. Don't give George Pickens any space to cut in at the 10-yard mark. No, he just kept running deeper, had some big catches. Eventually, the linebacker coverage was atrocious. Obviously, what is called, Logan Wilson had a rough game, so I don't know. Defensively, I'll probably have to give them 3 minuses. But then again, the Steelers' offense outplayed them by a lot, so I don't really know how else to put it. Like they didn't, like, even if they did adjust, it wouldn't have made a difference. Like, right off the get-go, the Steelers did a better job. But again, they did do a decent job towards the end of the game. So that's what I got for the Steelers, guys. I'm at the Bengals. Now let's get into the in the later windows. Browns and Broncos. Here are the highlights from this.
Back home, looking to move above the 500 mark. But good afternoon, everybody. Alongside my partner, Mark Sanchez, I'm Kevin Played in a Broncos uniform.
He really is. Denver streaky right now. Has been a huge target in this red zone, excuse me.
On 1st down and goal, Perine barreling forward to the goal line.
Getting them going forward. Here's that same trick.
And Bryant fumbles the snap. The ball underneath the pile is recovered, and it's Denver ball. 4th and 3, Wilson. Pocket collapsing, in some trouble, steps away. Wilson on the run. He's got the 1st down. Russell Wilson, the ball popping out at the end of the play. 2nd and 7. Oh, he's gone. Down the sideline. Russell Wilson chased out of bounds.
You can't afford on the road like this.
Second and goal. Mims the motion man. It's Wilson on the keep. Russell Wilson for the touchdown. 6-yard try to get Cleveland on the board. And the kick is good. Good snap and hold. Good kick. And it's a 14.
Oh, we got the T formation.
And out of the T. Play fake. DTR throws. Caught. Touchdown. Harrison Bryant. He'll take the snap.
There goes
the flip to DTR. Looking for a throw to the end zone. Oh, Cooper can't pull it in. Lutz on for the 23-yard try, and Denver answers time. Nobody open. Flushed. Dancing all the way back to the goal line. DTR hit hard as he gets rid of it. And a reverse and a bobble. The ball is loose. Dribbled on the turf, and it's scooped up by DJ Jones. Third down. Nobody open. Waiting. Lots of time. Buying more. Throws for the goal line. It is incomplete. Adam Troutman with the catch, but
let's see his knee.
Ooh, that's close. Walker with pressure coming from the backside. Down he goes. The ball is out, and Denver has it. And it is a 15-point Denver
with a new culture in Sean Payton.
And a pressure in the end zone and a sack. The safety for Zach Allen.
And the Broncos smacked the Browns 29-12 was the final behind a very impressive offensive conservative approach. And the Browns offense obviously had a lot of issues. But Broncos now won their 5th straight game, and Sean Payton is saying everyone F you because yeah, that 0-3 start means nothing now. But Browns fall 7-4, and yeah, they got a lot of questions to answer as they have to play the Rams next week. Broncos on the other hand, 6-5, again 5 straight wins. I think they'll put that on the line against the Texans. That game will be really fun. Dorian Thompson-Robinson get absolutely just again DTR got absolutely just killed by Baron Browning off the edge on that bootleg. That kind of speaks to how the game went though. Predictability. Kevin Stefanski did a terrible job calling plays in this game. Outside of David Njoku, no one was making plays on offense. Like, I love the running game, guys, but you got to run the ball more than they did in this one. Kareem Hunt is just so washed up. He cannot break a tackle for his life. But Jerome Ford did a good job. I think this offensive line blocking-wise actually did a decent job, but some of the play calls, it was just terrible. P.J. Walker at least missed 2 touchdowns, so I guess that is good from what Kevin Stefanski did. But, again, P.J. Walker's just terrible. I mean, you look at his numbers throughout the career. I think 1 touchdown to 5 interceptions in 2020. 2020, I think he had 1 touchdown to 3 interceptions, and last year 3 touchdowns to 3 interceptions, something like that. But P.J. Walker's never been a good quarterback. Defensively, though, JOK was really good, 12 tackles and a sack. But outside of that, they got just absolutely mauled up front. Like, they were getting it taken to them. And as much as I love the Zadarius Smith and the moves he's making, it just does not work against Garrett Bowles for whatever reason. That's how I'll put it. And the secondary, again, they covered for actually did a decent job of coverage. But again, up front in this, especially the linebackers, they got again really taking it to them. And for the Broncos, offensive line was fantastic. Russell Wilson, again, only on 134 yards, but they ran the ball a lot in this game. Again, Samaje Perine had one of his best games of his career. Russell Wilson, of course, had the touchdown run, some good scrambles. Again, abandoned the pocket when he needed to. Again, I'm not getting sacked, so I'm going to make a play off of that. Cortland Sutton had a big game, 3 for 61 on that first drive, but outside of that, again, didn't do too much. The passing game, again, really wasn't a part of this team's plan. The defense, though, definitely was. Again, they've just been absolutely fantastic on this 5-game winning streak. Nick Manita continues to show he could be a #1 pass rusher in the future. Jonathan Cooper, again, continues to make plays off the edge. Baron Browning is probably the most reliable guy, to be honest, though, because he got a lot of pressure in this one. Zach Allen, of course, with the half sack. And at the safety, Josie Jewell also had a sack. I mean, the whole defense played well. Team stats, yeah, the Broncos only had 294 total yards, but again, they did get 3 fumbles to their favor, so again, that's kind of the big difference in this one. Also, in fact, they only get 1 sack, guys. That's pretty good. And yeah, that's really the difference in this one. 3 turnovers against, and again, the Broncos offensive line really had a good game. And for the Browns offense, 280-plus total yards. They did not have that. Mark Cooper, again, he struggled. Jerome Ford did not have that, but he did have a good game. They did get duped in their own territory a couple times. Offensively, it was a mess, 6 minuses. The only reason it isn't lower is that they did have some signs of hope. Defensively, 4+ plays with a massive hole given to the right side with JOK to swoop in. They actually did that well. Again, the running game with Javonte Williams was not effective against them. But after that, again, they got absolutely shown up front. That was the worst performance of the year for sure by them. Defensively, 3 minuses, because, again, honestly 4, because their secondary did do a good job in coverage. It just, again, the run fits weren't perfect, and also the fact that, again, they got no pressure at all, and actually were getting dominated up front. That's really the difference there. Now let's look at the Browns. My bad, the Broncos. Russ committing to the corners on 3rd down. He did. He made some good throws there. Boots off of a good run once or twice in the second half. Yep. And, of course, they had the ridiculous touchdown pass that was, again, the play of the day. Jerry Jeudy not even close to 9 targets because, again, they were trying to run the football. Offensively, very conservative, good game plan. But then Russ created off of it, and the offensive line did a fantastic job. 3 pluses. Defensively, forced 4 plus turnovers. They forced 3. Justin Simmons was very good at making sure that, again, he didn't get beat at any of those throws. They did do a good job tackling as well. They did think it, I don't know, they probably had 6 or 7. I don't think they had exactly it. But defensively, really good. 7 pluses, even though, again, it was the Browns. 12 points, 6 pluses. That is all I got for the Broncos, guys. That's all I got for this game. Now let's get to the Rams and Cardinals.
The Cardinals on their turf. Matthew Stafford brings his dynamic receiving combo. Arizona glad to have Kyler Murray back. Stafford with time and going deep and hauled in inside the 40 by Atwell. String that kept him out to start the year. Stafford floats one. Higbee into the end zone, and yes, it's a Ram touchdown. Kyler Murray to the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. Goal from just beyond the 5. Stafford throws. Catch made. Touchdown, Tyler Higbee. There's a souvenir. He's record 57-yard field goal when he was in college. This will be a 50-yarder to add to the Ram lead. It's up and off the mark. Cut with an adjustment to the bottom of your screen. The other way, it is a screen to Kyron Williams. Kyron Williams gets a block. He's in the end zone, and that's a Ram touchdown. In this first half, Williams with a big hole. Kyron Williams still going. Office from their Super Bowl year, a reload season, but intercepted. Stafford threw it right into the arms of Jalen Thompson. 47-yard punt from the Ram 22. Kyron Williams adding to his rush total, and there he goes. Williams. Lucas Havrasik. The kick is off the mark. Beats Seattle. Stafford wants to throw. Floats it. Touchdown Rams! Kyron Williams. He's got another one. Freeman has some room inside the 20. Royce Freeman. He's going to have a Ram touchdown.
Freeman, nice physical run for the touchdown.
A 23-yard run.
If that's what you want, then go ahead and get somebody else. So a very open conversation that he had with ownership.
Hollywood Brown comes back to the football and
on the outside, lined up.
End zone throw. Whoa! Greg Dortch. It's a Cardinal touchdown.
And the Rams have by far their best performance of the year with a dominating 37-14 win to, again, for the second straight week to sweep a division rival. Again, the Cardinals fall 2-10. They've now lost back-to-back games, but yeah, the Cardinals, they're just looking rough. Who knows? They go 2-15 though. They could get Marvin Harrison Jr., which they definitely need because Marquise Brown was having a rough game in this one. Not because of his fault, but no one else was getting open. Rams, of course, won their second straight game off the bye, and they got, again, big game against the Browns next week, but we'll see how that game goes. But offensively, I mean, there's really nothing to say. They were great. Matt Stafford, very accurate, again, underneath. Again, had a huge third down conversion to set the tone early on 3rd and 8 for 42-yard bomb. Of course, Tutu Atwell, who was their leading receiver in this game. Had 4 passing touchdowns and, again, that rough interception, but that was about it for him. But, again, best game of the season. Kyron Williams, again, this Rams offense looks so much different with with him on the field. Again, as much as you want to talk about how Cooper Kupp has just not been a part of this offense basically since week 6, one thing's for sure, Kyron Williams is now the engine of this Rams offense. No longer Cooper Kupp. He's the dude. 16 for 143, 6 catches, 61 yards, 2 touchdowns. Again, receiving. So he had 200. What was it? 204 total yards. Royce Freeman also 13 carries for 77 yards and a touchdown. We'll get to something different about that later because it's very special for the Rams. But yeah, Tyler Higbee, first 2 touchdowns of the year, also his best game of the year probably as well. Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp were very irrelevant in this game. But, I mean, see what they do next week because Holy crap, the next 2 games, the Rams really are going to need these 2 guys to really step it up. Defensively, though, where do I start? I mean, they got pressure like every single snap. Kobe Turner was phenomenal, 4 tackles, 2 sacks. Desmond Johnson, Mr. Irrelevant, had a sack, which, again, he probably has more than, what is called, Tyree Wilson. Michael Hoyt also had a sack. He actually looked pretty good in this one. Defensively, they were really good in coverage. No one had really got beat at all. Akel Witherspoon was awesome. Outside of a couple penalties and Byron Young getting, absolutely pancaked on one play. They had a great game. I mean, Ernest Jones did have 1 penalty, but then again, he really helped them out in the run defense. This whole defense was really good. Cardinals. Kyler wasn't exactly bad in this game, but then again, he just didn't really create much on the ground. Of course, only had that 1 run for a touchdown. They did 256 yards and a touchdown through the air. Marquise Brown was good, but then again, he was getting double and triple teamed in this one. He had no chance. Ronald Moore was bad. Yeah, only 2 catches for 35 yards, but he could not get open outside of that. Greg George, I only think he had like 1 yard. I don't think he had a yard per separation per route. Nothing like that, even though he only had like 5 snaps, or he's actually running legitimate routes. And of course, Trey McBride also had 7 catches for 60 yards. Meanwhile, defensively, Budda Baker did his thing, but outside of that, the corners really struggled in this game in the red zone, and they got absolutely taken to them up front. Tried to take away the pass, and obviously got absolutely mauled on the ground. Again, the Rams' offensive line was just ridiculous against them. At least 3 yards penetration per run on some of those. It was really bad. Sean McVay did a really good job with that. I think that's what the Rams are going to win games in the future. Obviously, they had 460 yards total offense. The Cardinals nearly 300, but they didn't get that. Rams had the ball longer. Again, they scored on a lot of drives. Lucas Haversick, the Rams kicker, did miss a field goal and also missed an extra point. So the Rams actually could have put a 480 burger on them in this game. But the big news, the Rams ran for 228 yards, which again is their first time they ran for over 200 yards since, if you didn't know, way back when Todd Gurley had his last monster game as a Ram. When he had, I think, what was it, like 190-something yards, something like that, against the Cowboys in that divisional round. The Rams actually, that's actually the last time the Rams ran for 200 yards, so pretty crazy with that. But that's what I got for this game. Again, Cardinals play in Pittsburgh next week. The Rams will play the Browns in a big game. Now let's get right to the keys of the game. For the Rams, Kyron actually only got 15 carries. It's kind of ridiculous. He almost got 15, but he was ridiculous again. Matt finding guys underneath on 60% of his snaps. Yep, Puka catching another touchdown. No. But offensively, I mean, that's the best I've seen this offense look in a while. 7 pluses. I'm not giving him 8, though, because I think he can be even better. Defensively, forced Kyler to throw over the middle. That's it. They did. He didn't do any of that. Defensively, one of the best, honestly, probably the best we get to see him. 7 pluses. Rams played their best game of the season, guys. There's really nothing to complain about. The play calling was great. Again, they did have some lapses here and there, but that was about it. Now let's look at the Cardinals. And for the Cardinals, Kyler not even close to 50 rushing yards. Marquise Brown did have a good game, but not that much. And James Conner just was completely taken out of the game. So, as much as this offense obviously only put up like 8 points, it speaks for themselves. This offense just could not get it going on 3rd down. For that reason, 4 minuses. Defensively, though, Cameron Douglas, Dante Stills were basically taken out of the game. Budda was good at least, but nothing crazy. Again, he did have a couple air yards on him. And pursuit, in better pursuit on slant routes completed. They did do a decent job with that. I just think, again, they got absolutely taken 2 of them up front. So, defensively, I got to give them like 5 minuses. But, again, at some point, the Rams were going to actually take over this game. So, again, they did do they guys made the most of it. Chiefs and Raiders time, yeah, the Chiefs, again, they're not a very, again, confident team right now, but they still find ways to win.
From Las Vegas, CBS Sports presents the National Football League. Today, it's the defending Super Bowl champion. It's 3rd down and 5. O'Connell. He's got him. Myers, touchdown! Has made 45 consecutive field goals. Wow! Oh, he's got the big hole! Touchdown! Touchdown Raiders! 3rd down goal, Pacheco. He may have pierced it, plummeting in, touchdown! 30. It's Pacheco. He gets it off to James. The flea flicker, Mahomes. Got him. Kelsey to the 8.
It's here coming on the defense. Keep on the end zone.
To the air. Mahomes. Pacheco is open. And so is Watson. He should.
And he's got to throw the red flag, and he doesn't.
Pacheco will get it nonetheless. Getting in. 3rd down for O'Connell. Blocked by Illuminor. Going deep. Caught. Myers on McDuffie. What a grab! 4-yard field goal here. Snap is good. The kick is perfect. Watson, Mahomes, underneath. Rice on the move. Deep block by Marquez. That is Scantling. That is a Kansas City touchdown. Does their job. to throw. He's being pursued by...
And the Chiefs hold on to knock off the what is called Raiders 31-17 after going down 14-0. They were able to come back and win. Patrick Mahomes now has a 15-11 record when trailing by 10 plus points, which basically means you're never safe when playing Patrick Mahomes. But they are now 8-3 on the season after with this bounce back win. Not gonna lie, this game was not pretty. They got the Packers in Lambeau next week, so if they can take it to them, that would be really nice. Raiders, again, they got their bye week, but yeah, pretty disappointing they lost their last 2 games. But again, they have at least shown some competitiveness again, which is good with how I forgot his name, Antonio Pierce, who honestly probably should be their head coach next year. For the Chiefs, though, Patrick Mahomes was really good, 27-34, 298, 2 touchdowns. Didn't really think typical Patrick Mahomes game. Like, there's nothing around it. Like, really good. Running game was not super effective. The offensive line did actually do a decent job of creating some gaps, but the defensive lineman actually did a really good job of closing those pretty quickly, as well as the fact that the linebackers for the Raiders did do a good job there as well. Rashee Rice had his best game of his career by far against a rookie, 8 for 107, a touchdown, forced at the 39-yarder that clinched the Chiefs' first second half touchdown of the year. Oh yeah, they scored 17 points in the second half of the Travis Kelce was also very reliable, 6 for 91, and obviously they had that trick play to him as well. Outside of that, again, the bum receivers making their typical plays. Justin Watson at least had a touchdown, though. Defensively, L'Jarius Sneed, whatever. He was basically playing linebacker in this game because he really got bored in coverage. They weren't throwing at Devontae Adams at all in this one. The pressure was okay, I guess. They got a little bit. I think only like 7 or 8 pressures, but it was okay. And obviously they got beat on that touchdown 60-yarder from Josh Jacobs. But outside of that, I mean, this defense kind of just held them to 3 points in the second half, I guess. Aiden O'Connell was decent. Definitely got conservative in the second half, though. 23 33, 248, and touchdown. When you need him to make a big play, he did not. Josh Jacobs, of course, had that touchdown run. Outside of that, was a little inconsistent. Again, what was it? 19 carries for 50-something yards. Outside, again, that 60-yard touchdown. But explosive plays are explosive plays, guys. Jacoby Myers getting open a lot, but I do think Devontae Adams getting 5 catches, 73 yards, and only two targets in the second half is, again, still inexcusable. Hunter Renfrow in the slot was pretty good. Michael Mayer was okay. And, yeah, offensively, there's really nothing crazy to say about them. Like, again, they kind of just folded. Defensively, though, Nate Hobbs was meh. They did a really bad job in terms of containing the receivers with the yak yardage. And they kind of just got duped in that second half on a couple of plays. They did take it to the Chiefs, though, because they didn't give up a single yard in the first 2 drives. Stats, though, Chiefs, of course, very similar in terms of yardage. Again, they're really the rushing yards, so the Raiders helped out. Both teams, again, it was pretty even down the board. Again, the Chiefs had a couple more big plays, and they didn't get really conservative, I guess. For the Chiefs, simply put up 10 plus points in the second half. You did it. Good job. 4 pluses. Defensively, Aiden O'Connell, yeah, trying to find his legs find Dante or an outlet. No, he just kind of folded. Hunter Renfrow was having a tough time again in the second half there, but again, he had a really good first half. And Josh Jacobs' 60-yard touchdown kind of killed you, but this defense was good overall. I don't know, 3 pluses. Time for this look at the Raiders before we get into obviously the big. And for the Raiders offense, 4 plus big plays. They might have had 3. Cole Miller penetrating and sustaining the edge on outside the zone. Yeah, really good job though. There, he did actually a really good job running blocking in this game. Run a zone scheme up the front to make Chris Jones beat double teams. No, they didn't do that. He just kind of got there. And quick hitters to the boundary against Trent McDuffie. No, they just let him do his thing. So offensively, again, they just got super conservative and really boring. So that's what I'll say there. I don't know, 3 minuses. They could have done a lot more. Defensively, keep the Chiefs under 45% on third down. They did. No, maybe it was really close. Another second half shutout. No, Max Crosby, he got kind of shut down in the second half, and Mahomes really lit him up at some point. So, defensively, again, they just didn't really pursue well at all in this game. It just felt like they kind of had lost that energy by the fourth quarter. 3 minuses for that defense. Now let's get to the game of the year. Yeah, this game was flat out ridiculous. Eagles and Bills. Here were the highlights from this game.
This doubleheader day on CBS continues from rainy Philadelphia, where the team with the best record in the league, the Philadelphia Eagles, will host the Buffalo Bills.
And they're already going to their trademark play. Hurts, Powers, touchdown, Philadelphia.
Kick is long enough. Monday night. Hurts. Look at this up in the air, and it's taken away from the 9.
Quarterback's legs.
He's got it. Straight ahead he goes, and he powers across again. Here's the kick. Pass. Oh, wow, that was 2 timeouts with 1:08, Tony. mishandle on the handoff, and the Bills had recovered it. It was Gainwell.
Work somebody out over here.
3rd and 6. Pass at the goal line. Caught for a touchdown. Was blocked. Good from 48 earlier. This kick. Sailing, and it's going to be wide right.
Got to get outside. There you go.
Swift taken off. Hyde trying to find him. And trips him up. He still got it. Goes to the end zone, and it's caught by A.J. Brown for the touchdown. Here they come blitzing. Stepping up. Going to try to run for it. Dodges one defender, and he's in for another touchdown.
One guy back at safety.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Spurs. One for the end zone. And right there with the catch for the touchdown is done. It's picked off. It's Bradbury with the interception. Hurts looking for his second option. Pointing, planting, firing to the end zone, and it is caught. 3rd and 4, down 4. There's the pass up top. Gabe Davis has the touchdown. To snap it to man. Elliott puts the toe on it, and the kick is good! Oh, what a kick it is by Elliott! Blankenship on him at the bottom. Here's the pass down the field for the win! And Davis and Allen. Pass from 40, and the kick is good.
This would be a backbreaker for Buffalo fans, and this would be the pedigree of championship teams.
There goes Hurts to the end zone, and the Eagles have won it.
And the Eagles continue to find ways to win as they stay atop as the well, it wouldn't matter anyway. But they continue to win games with their 5th straight 37-34 overtime victory in a thriller against the Bills, who come so close to winning. Still can't win, guys. You fall to 6-6 and are in your bye week, and you're probably gonna have to win like at least 4 of your final 5 games to make the playoffs. Most likely, again, with all the tiebreakers and all that crap. Eagles again, they're not 10-1. They got no break though. They got to play the Niners next week. If they win that one too, holy crap! Of course, Jalen Hurts extends his NFL record, 14 straight games as a starting quarterback, beating a team that came in with a winning record. Yeah, it's flat out ridiculous. Again, they continue to show we don't play our best football. They would have got smoked by the I wouldn't say they would have got smoked, but they definitely would have lost 49ers this week if they played like this against them. So, kind of tells you what the type of game it was, though. Josh Allen, outside of that interception and that miscommunication with this dude, he was really good. 29-51, 39-39, 2 touchdowns, of course, at 2 on the ground. And yeah, first game in NFL history with 2 quarterbacks running for 2 and passing for 2 touchdowns in the same game. Again, had 81 yards in total, 16-yard scrambling touchdown. I think he had like a 9-yarder or something like that. James Cook was there, had some okay runs. They at least ran the football. I'll give them that. They did run the football a good amount in this game. Gabe Davis, he's the most frustrating receiver in the league because he's a talented dude, but he just simply does not have the, like, I wouldn't say IQ, but the awareness to run routes consistently at a high level. And also, like, bro, that should have been a freaking touchdown. Savon Diggs, 6 for 74 on a touchdown. Got kind of locked up at some points, but he did again have a touchdown. James Cook was good out of the backfield too. Goes to that, I think, like 37-yard screenplay. And Kalish Gear also had a couple big plays. Defensively, I mean, this is kind of how I'll put it. At some point, this defense is gonna have to gotta be looking at stuff like we're old. We can't really be old anymore. But like, look at it. The interior was good at getting pressure. The corners did do a good job in coverage, but flat out, the linebackers just did not keep Jalen Hurts under wraps, and that's really the whole story of it. And if they did a better job containing him, they would have won this football game. Simple as that. Again, I don't care if the pressure. They could have, honestly, the way the corners were playing this game, they could have had 6 seconds per drop for Jalen Hurts, and they still would have covered him. The receivers really well, because look at the touchdown from Olamide Zaccheaus. That tells you the whole story. Tyler Bass also missed 2 field goals. He had a rough game in the weather. For the Eagles, though, Jalen Hurts again threw 3 touchdowns. Definitely had an ugly game overall. But again, outside the pocket, he was really good. Also had 2 touchdowns on the ground. Of course, the game winner as well. 5 total touchdowns for Jalen Hurts. Killed people in fantasy. Jonathan Smith, of course, had some big runs, but overall wasn't too consistent. Kenneth Gainwell also had some really good run. Devontae Smith led him with receiving, though. 7 for 106 in the touchdown. A.J. Brown didn't kill me in fantasy. 5 for 37 touchdown. Olamide Zaccheaus, of course, that crazy scramble touchdown in the back of the end zone. Defensively, Kevin Byard had 13 tackles. He was really good in coverage. I don't know. I would say he was really good in coverage. He was good in coverage, but definitely much better at stopping the run, though. James Braddock, of course, their team's only interception. They really struggle to get, of course, getting downhill like most pass rushers do in inclement weather. I'll be honest, the linebackers were okay. Zach Cunningham, again, when he got hurt, you really saw the regression in their run defense, but again, the guys were still pretty sound. Jake Elliott kind of saved them with that 59-yard bomb. Bills had over 500 yards of total offense and still lost. They had the ball a lot longer, too. Again, they should have won this football game. 1-2 turnover ratio. Again, both offensive lines did do a decent job. Not great, though. Again, the Bills had 92 plays. Don't ask me how they lost this game. In regards to the Bills offensively, Josh having a similar game plan as last week. Yup. Stephon Diggs is gonna have to have a big play late. I mean, somewhat, but not really. Offensively, again, they just kind of took that field goal, and again, Gabe Davis is the most frustrating receiver in the league. I'll give them 3 pluses though, because they put up 34 points, and you can't, and they've had 500 yards total offense. I don't care. Again, that's a really good week. Defensively, forced Jalen to roll out and throw us. Yup, he did, and he beat you with it. Jordan Poyer was bad in coverage and missed a couple tackles. Make sure they aren't in a man situation to prevent any bad inevitabilities. No, actually, they did a really good job in coverage. Corners showed out in this game. But the fact that, again, they struggled with that pressure, and, again, they really could not contain Jalen Hurts were really the big differences in the game. Because going to that, like, mid-fourth quarter, they only get 14 points, guys. They did, well, it might have been the fourth quarter, whatever, third quarter. But they did a good job in the first half in terms of that defense. So, again, they just kind of fell apart towards the end of it. I got to give them 5 minuses, guys. No, wait, 4 minuses, because I didn't like a lot of stuff I saw, but at least they did do some good stuff. Now let's look at the Eagles. Definitely scored 30, create space for DeAndre Swift. Yep, they did do a really good job, but the guards did not actually provide much of a bounce back lane at all. And they did use a little play action. Obviously, Devontae Smith had a good game. Not a monster game, per se, but, again, really solid. Offensively, and they continue to find ways to win 6 pluses, though, because, again, they had a really good day. Defensively, though, fight up front from tackle to tackle. Not really. They kind of were there. Hassan Reddick had a rough game overall. Definitely got burned a couple times against the run. And less than 3 missed tackles this team. I think they had 5 or 6. They got the ball moved on a lot, but, again, they did kind of get lucky, too. I'm going to be honest, the defense didn't even play that well. I'll give them, like, 3 minuses. Yeah, maybe the pick, but yeah, they didn't really do too much to win this game, guys. It was kind of the Bills just kind of choking on themselves at some points. Now let's do Sunday Night Football. Yeah, the Ravens are really good. Continue to remain as that 1 seed. Here are the highlights from this game.
Picture perfect end to the Thanksgiving weekend here in Southern California, about a dozen miles from downtown LA. 39. Game opens with a field goal. Gus Edwards, the back, 2nd and goal. Jackson seeking the back of the end zone for the touchdown. The rookie, Zay Flower.
That he did make the line again. We'd have to look at it again a little closer, but it was very close. Probably should challenge.
Let's see what this is. It's going to be a catch and a fumble.
Very much alive in this ball game.
Undrafted to the best kicker ever.
He's got a lot of confidence in the leader.
Stop, the ball came out. It looks like the Ravens have it again. 48. And knocks another one through. Backing out of it. On 3rd and 17. Keenan Allen backwards pass to Eckler to get the first down. First down awaits at the 3. Herbert hit by Clowney. The ball is out. And Clowney's on it. For the 4th Charger turnover.
In the game, good to go. The team said no official diagnosis on it.
And he's running here, Melissa, for the first down and turning it upfield and going down the sideline. And Herbert's inside the 20 goal. Eckler on the move. Herbert right by effort to the end zone. Touchdown, Charger. Good for 42. Good for 48. Good for 44. He missed. 4th and 6. Here comes the pressure. Herbert is sacked. Got rid of it. Incomplete. Arthur Millette, the blitz.
He's going to get one more opportunity coming back the other way.
3rd and 3. Lost it. But held on to by Flowers. Will take it to the 10 and the 5 and
And the Ravens win their 2nd straight game. Well, I think on the road. Wait, were they on the road last week? No, they weren't. They were at home. But they are now 9-3 going to the bye week and sit atop the AFC. Yup. Similar, actually, like I think kind of the way the Packers were a couple years ago. We're kind of like going in the bye with a win against the Los Angeles team. Dang it, why did we lose that game? But the Chargers fought 4-7, and yeah, they're toast, guys. They've lost 3 in a row, and yeah, they're toast. But offensively, the Ravens definitely didn't have a perfect game by any means, but they definitely had some good plays, I guess. 20-10 again was the final score. Lamar was efficient, 18 of 32, 177, a touchdown. The running game was nothing special, but a couple big runs got him in some good situations. Most notably, the game-clinching 37-yard touchdown from Zay Flowers that was far overdue. Receiving-wise, no one got open. I mean, Zay Flowers made some good plays, but like still didn't really get open. Like, that's how I'll put it. No one really did too much. The secondary of the Chargers did a good job there. Defensively, Brandon Stevens was okay, but I'll just completely be honest. The defensive line was dominating, and there really wasn't one receiver that I saw like go flying over the middle or anything close like that. Like, over the middle was great coverage. On the boundary, yeah, a little shaky, but it didn't really matter because, like, again, Justin Herbert did not have time to get there. Let's go. Arthur Mallett had the interception. They forced 3 fumbles. This defense was awesome. Chargers. Justin Herbert, touchdown pick, 217 yards, ran for, I think, a long, what was it, 30, I don't know, probably 27-yard run. But, he got pressured a lot and didn't handle it too well. Receiving-wise, Keenan Allen got force-fed, 14 for 106, though, in total. Gerald Everett had their own touchdown. Probably only got an offense that really showed up because Austin Eckler had a fumble, as well as, what is called Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen. The offensive line was bad, too. Nothing really much good to say about how this offense played. They struggled big time for, honestly, the first time this season. Defensively, yes, they did have some bad snaps, but their secondary did do a decent job. That linebackers actually did do a decent job covering. But obviously, they just had a couple of lapses, and Glumac was really their only source of pressure with 2 sacks. Team stats, though, the Ravens had 361 yards total offense. That was a little deceiving, though. Like, they had some big runs that really boosted this up. It was, again, just some lapses there. But, honestly, Chargers defense didn't play too bad, again, considering, again, they had 4 turnovers against them. Yeah, Chargers, you guys are toast. Now, of course, they have a game against the Patriots next week in what probably will be a tank bowl. Time for the keys of the game. And for Baltimore, no Lamar injuries. Yup, they did have the ball for like 40 minutes, something like that. Make Tuli Tuipulotu, no, they had 34 minutes. Make Tuli Tuipulotu second guess. Yeah, they did. Tuli Tuipulotu had basically no pressure or effect on this game. Offensively, I'll give them 2 pluses. I don't think they played that great, honestly, but again, some big runs helped them out. Defensively, under 20 points allowed through 3 quarters. Yup, give Justin a sort of timing throw to Quentin Johnson. Yup, he didn't do anything. And quadruple Keenan Allen, not really. They just kind of asked him to not suck, and, well, he did suck, so I guess that was kind of good, that reverse psychology. But defensively, they had a really good game, 6 pluses. Yeah, good job, Ravens. Now let's wrap this thing up with the and wrapping up the NFL Week 12 Sunday recap with this Chargers offense and defense. Justin's got it. No, not even close. They were bad. 5 minuses, the turnovers, everything. Forget it. Defensively, under 200 net pass yards allowed. Maybe. Ja'Shawn Taylor, yeah, I think they did. With under 40 yak yards against, he had like 30. Michael Davis jamming, and saying, honestly, did do a good job in the slot. So, defensively, I don't know. I'll give them actually probably a plus. I actually think they did a decent job in this game for, again, like the expectations you have. Again, you had 20 points against, but they held him for, again, they held him for, like, again, a majority of that game. So, for overall, Chargers defense gets a plus, which sounds crazy, but again, for their expectations, did a good job. That's all I got for them. Hope you guys enjoyed this thing. See you for the Monday Night Football recap tomorrow, in what is a massive game for both those teams. Bears are trying to tank. Vikings are trying to hold that wild card position.
Receiver at the top of your screen. McCord looks, fires, intercepted. Radford